It won't be long before farmers across Minnesota are back in the fields in full force, getting their 2025 crops in the ground. Because it's important for plants to get off to a good start in order to maximize yield potential, growers increasingly rely on seed treatments to defend against soil-borne pests and diseases. Seed treatments can be very effective, but they also must be stewarded properly.
It's a very important tool that we have, and we want to make sure that we can keep that available to farmers, because the alternative is having to go back to, you have a choice of losing seedlings possibly, or you have to choose a product that's probably harder on the environment or harder on the operator to use, more dangerous to use. So this is really a win-win when this technology became available, I feel.
Experts recommend farmers protect themselves by wearing appropriate clothing and chemical-resistant gloves when applying treated seed. Seed flow lubricants can help reduce dust from treatments. Cleaning up any spilled seed and properly storing treated seed at the end of the year is also important.
First and foremost, always follow the label, for instructions. And then, if a person is applying seed treatment to your own seed or for someone else, I absolutely always follow the label for proper mixing and instructions there, and make sure that those label instructions are passed on to the person that's going to plant that seed.
Nutrients like nitrogen also need to be properly used to achieve good results without posing a potential threat to the environment.
Nitrogen is always the biggest thing that we look at in Minnesota, especially when we go into a spring that's extremely dry, and then like last year we have a crazy wet spring, like wettest spring in 132 years. So we want to make sure nitrogen management is always looked at, and frankly really scrutinized by us as growers too. So choosing a nitrogen rate that maximizes profitability and while limiting the potential for environmental losses always should be a key consideration for corn farmers.
Many farmers work with local cooperatives or agronomists to help determine what nutrients are necessary. If growers have questions about their nutrient needs, there are also resources available.
If a person really doesn't know how he should utilize nitrogen or what rates, like the maximized return on nitrogen investment tool developed by universities, including University of Minnesota Extension, that can help farmers account for these different factors. And the tool is available at cornratecal.org.
This is Dan Lemke reporting.